Good afternoon, witness number 1 and number 2, welcome back.
Thank you.
For continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind both of you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sonko.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Jonga.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome back.
Yes, Mr. Jonga, regarding the auction you guys had in council,
Yes.
there was one septic tank that was part of the list, initial list, but then it was never disposed of by way of auction. Do you recall this?
No, I don't recall this. That's news to me.
Okay, but you know council owed a septic tank at this time?
Yes, can I see the report and the valuation list if you have it on the report?
The what?
The valuation list.
Do we have the auction documents here?
Sorry, this document is for the second auction.
You've had two auctions, the one in 2020 and the other one in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've had a septic tank in council when you were the CEO.
Yes.
Okay. What happened with that septic tank?
It is part of the auction.
Which of the auctions? The first or the second?
The first auction.
Okay. The report we have through investigations is that was never part of the auction. It was initially identified as to be part of the items to be auctioned, but it was never sold out by way of auction. So if you have information about the first that septic tank, you can tell us.
All right, I'll get the information.
Mr. Jonga,
Yes.
the issue of the car park fees.
Yes.
I noted that in 2019,
Yes.
as part of your revenue, the car park fees is 1,975,227.38.
Yes.
Then in 2020,
Yes.
the car park fees went down to 1,872,938. Now, let me just show you something. What informed the drop in the car park fees?
Well, we are,
What is it supposed to increase?
we are not the collecting agency, so I might not be in the right position to explain the drop.
So you have no idea, and you have no data.
Except,
Did you check?
except,
Can you confirm the figures I gave you?
what date did you give me?
Huh?
Can you please repeat the date that you gave me?
I said in 2019, the car park fees you received was 1,975,227.38.
So this is for,
That
For-
is the revenue you received in 2019.
is it for the first 6 months, or it is for?
No, it's the total, year ending, 2019.
No, because this car park fees comes every 6 months. Looking at the figure here, 1.9, I think it should
Well,
be.
based on the audit report for the year ending 31st December 2020, if you look at the notes to the revenue and expenditure statement, that is what you will have. And I presume that in the notes to the revenue and expenditure statement, it gives you the total that you receive. Is that not correct?
Yes, that should give us a total. I will.
Yes.
I would like to confirm this with the records.
Yes, but before you, yes, we will give you the opportunity to confirm, but then this is what we have as of fact and record.
Okay.
Now, I have also given you the amount for 2020. Now, if you look at the notes to the revenue and expenditure statement for the year ended 31st December 2021, you will realize that it indicated 2020 revenue is 1,872,938. Right?
Can you please refer me to the page of
The page is page 39. The notes to the revenue and expenditure statement for the year ended 31st December 2021.
29?
39, page 39.
Okay. For the year ended 2021?
Yes. The rent and fees. Did you see that?
Rent and fees, yes.
Yes, it says car park. It says 2020, which is the same as the one I have earlier read, right? But then what it stated in 2021 is that the car park fees is zero. How is that possible?
Well, where I am, the financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2021,
Yes.
for revenue, what I see is government subvention, trade lancing, rates and tax, rents and fees.
Yes, I am at rent and fees. That is paragraph 4 under revenue. And if you note, you will see that in 2020, the revenue is the same, which is 1,872,938. But then in 2021, they indicated that the revenue is zero.
So I think maybe I might be on the wrong page, because what I see here, the revenue is indicated, it's not zero for 2020 and 2021.
Well, what I have in my document is zero. Maybe it's a mistake.
Yeah, because what I have here is, there's a figure for
2021?
2021, yes.
How much is the figure?
On the rent and fees?
On the car park?
No, that's,
Rent and fees, yes, car park, specific.
no, I don't have the breakdown on the rent and fees. I only have the total sum for rent and fees 2020 and 2021.
Yes, I also have that. For 2020, you have 29 million,
Yeah.
699, 436.17. And 2021, you have 29 million, 184, 158.40.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm now referring you to car park fees. What do you have? You don't have the breakdown?
No, this one I don't have the breakdowns here.
Okay. Council, you may proceed. Please provide us, because I believe that there might be some error, and I just want to confirm the auditor's statement when they stated that if you go to page 56, because I believe this is what informed them saying what they said in page 56, that the financial statements are misstated, because there is overstated total expenditure and understated total supply for
Okay.
the year ending 2021.
Yes, I've seen the car park fees zero-wise here.
Yes.
I've seen it. Okay, all right, thank you.
So you've seen that?
Yes, I've seen that.
So would it be a fair statement to say that the financial statements were misstated?
I would like to confirm this with the finance team,
Sorry?
please. I would like to confirm with the finance
Okay,
team.
please provide us, during your time at Brikama, you understand, please give us a breakdown of everything that you have received as car park fees,
Okay,
because it's very important.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not done. Yeah, but I'm not done yet.
So, Jonga, we have the investigation report for the first auction. That's the 2020. We know that you have 5 vehicles that were included in the sale. Correct?
2020.
BAC 2020.
2020, yes.
Yes, BAC 7,
Yes,
BAC 5,
yes,
BAC 4, and BAC 3.
yes.
What type of vehicle is BAC 7? Do you recall?
Just let me check if I will be able to see the. At this point, I might not be able to remember exactly, but
That's fine. The report, the summary of the report on Brikama Council auction dated the 25th of January 2020, addressed to you, the Chief Executive Officer, by the Finance Department. You have gone through this report?
yes,
Good. And it stated that the expected amount was $1,229,600. And the payment that was received was $1,126,100. That the balance of payment as at 28th of January 2020, the balance of payment was $103,500. And another payment dated 27th of February 2020. There is no amount stated. Now, Mamadou Jallo with a scrap generator, $21,000, and the actual payment received as of 31st March 2020, $1,147,100, and the balance as of 31st of March 2020 is $82,500. Now, we had the Brikama Area Council auction report payment of items. So if you look at BAC 3 here, it states it was sold for $10,000. What is BAC 3? You don't know?
BAC 3 is a Mitsubishi. It was a pickup.
And it's sold for $10,000.
Can I say this? The estimated the amount that was estimated to be generated from the auction sale in in 2020 was 545,000. But in actual fact, we ended up generating 1.2.
Why do you say the expected amount was $500,000? Is why? You, in the report, stated that the expected amount from these proceeds would be $1,229,600.
No, you know the vehicles are valued. You have a valuator who values the vehicle already.
Come again?
So, you know, the vehicles should be valued.
Yes.
Before the auction.
Right.
So the figure I am giving you is the estimated figure that we receive. But
Right.
what was generated is that 1.2.
No. What is generated is 1.1 as of 28th of January 2020, going by the summary report on Brickamere Council auction. The letter addressed to you by Lamin Suso,
Yes.
the finance manager,
Yes.
is that the money that was expected from the sale is 1.2, and the amount that was received as of 28th January 2020 is 1.1.
I will refer you to the investigation report because that is my source of this for 545,000. I'm not disputing that amount was what was generated.
Yes.
In the report by the finance manager.
Right.
Yes. So
I have the investigation report here. Do I give it to you?
yes, I can refer you to that part of the report.
Which page is that?
Yeah, if you go, well, these are the testimonies from the members of the auction committee.
Yes.
Yes, if you go to the testimony of Paul Alex Mendy.
Page?
Unfortunately, it is not numbered here, so I don't know where I...
Just read it out. I'll be struggling to get it, but just read it out. We have...
Under his testimony where it says, let me...
Paul S. Mendy.
Paul Alex Mendy.
Okay. Yeah. And by the way, who is Paul Alex Mendy? To start with.
He's a procurement
officer.
Officer at the time, yes.
Yes, Paul Alex Mendy.
Yeah.
Right.
So where he said that he is able to say that 1,229,600 was realized from the auction sale on the day of the exercise, excluding 5 vehicles that were not sold on the day of the auction.
Right.
Yes.
So where is it stated that the expected outcome based on the evaluation is
okay. All right, sorry.
No, but let me help you. You are right. Matar Sisi, on the 4th of November 2019, wrote to you as the Chief Executive Officer. And with the subject evaluation report of Brickamere Council vehicles, parts, and other items, right?
Yes.
Where it reads that please find below the amassed values of the various vehicles and other items presented to our team of evaluators.
Yes.
So these were the evaluators?
Yes.
Matar Sise.
Matar or Musa? What's name?
Matar is what I see here.
Matar. Okay.
That's what I see here. But the total that he evaluated is $545,000.
Yes, that same amount is even in the report somewhere.
Excluding the vehicles.
Excluding the?
But even with this, the vehicles are included.
The vehicles are included in the list.
Yes, but listen to what he said. He said, our assessments have discovered that most of the valuable parts were withdrawn from the vehicle, including engine.
Yeah, these are scraps vehicles. I want to come to that.
He didn't say they were scrap. He said the parts were withdrawn. You and I will agree that these vehicles would come with engines.
These vehicles?
Every vehicle will have a vehicle engine.
Yes, but maybe at the point of auction, a vehicle might not be with its engine.
Why?
Because example, we had 2 septic tanks.
Why?
The other septic tank, it was only B.A.C 660. The engine was moved to B.A.C 59. So which means it was only the body that was
So where is
auctioned.
B.A.C 59's engine?
That was moved because the vehicle the engine has a problem.
Where is the evidence that the engine has a problem and it was moved somewhere else?
Yeah, well, the evidence is not available.
Okay, so he is saying that our assessment have discovered that most of the valuable parts were withdrawn from the vehicle, including engine parts, wheel tires, etc. Most of what is left on most of them is scrap and empty body.
Yes, that's why I said what is left is scraps, because sometimes you'll have a vehicle that has a breakdown, and then you will have a functioning vehicle, and then you will need to take the part from this vehicle that is grounded to the vehicle that is on the road. No. That has been the scenario. No,
as far as we are concerned, we don't have evidence of that.
Yes, but as the CEO at the time, this has been the scenario. No, you example, you have the same vehicle, the parts are compatible. Let's say B.A.C 9 and B.A.C 13, if my memory serves me well. You will take, the mechanics will ask, before we buy this, it takes time before we order it from, let's say, from Espas or CFAO. So we have a similar vehicle. Can we take this part? Most often, in fact, there will be no, let's say, no consultation. So, they will take one part of the vehicle that is grounded and fix it on the other part of the vehicle that is roadworthy.
So how would we know that? Now
yes.
we are to say that B.A.C 3 should have an engine, B.A.C 4 must have an engine. When it was bought, there was an engine. B.A.C 7 should have an engine, 9, 10, 36, 37, 26, 39, 40, 40, and 20. Now, if they do not have an engine, then the CEO must explain where the engine is.
Those vehicles are all with engine, except one, like I said, which is a septic tank. That is why we have to move one of the engines of the septic tank to the other one and auction the septic tank body. But it doesn't mean all the vehicles that you have listed are not without engine. They are with engines. Like the report highlighted, the parts are taken, and he will evaluate that they are scraps, which of course I agree with, because if you take the essential parts and move it to your functioning vehicles or your functional vehicles, then obviously you will have scraps.
Okay, let's just do it the simple way.
Yeah.
B.A.C 3, the station wagon, what was the problem?
I am not a mechanic to be able to say exactly what was the problem. I know it was grounded.
Are you a CEO enough to know that there should be a problem that is highlighted and documented before actions are taken for B.A.C 3?
Yes.
Okay, that's the capacity that I'm asking.
Yeah, but I cannot recall the specific problem with B.A.C 3.
Would you be able to provide us with the specific problem?
No, I honestly will not be able to provide you with that.
B.A.C 4, the station wagon, was sold for was not sold. The valuation was $40,000. Do we know what the problem is?
B.A.C what?
The valuation was $40,000. Is $40,000 at the time?
B.A.C 4.
Yes. Do we know what the problem was?
I did not see B.A.C 4 in the vehicle valuation list for the 2020 auction.
Okay. Let me give you this. This Matar CC. Do you have your own valuation report in your laptop that you are accessing currently? You said you did not see.
Yeah, because I don't see
suggesting that you have one valuation report that you are going through.
I did not see the letter that you're referring to. Maybe if I check, I will also be able to find it.
This Matar CC's evaluation report.
Yes.
Would that be correct?
Yes.
Do you see B.A.C 4 there?
Yes.
Okay. And it is valued at $40,000?
Yes.
Okay. So may I please have it back? Now, what was wrong with B.A.C 4?
I I cannot recall exactly what was wrong with B.A.C. 4.
Okay.
But I know at the time of the auctions, all these vehicles that were put up for auction are not on the road.
They are not?
They were not on the road.
Not, a vehicle can be off the road and still be a very good vehicle.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it can be a roadworthy vehicle, but just not on the road.
I agree.
Yes. So what do you mean? What is the problem?
I cannot exactly...
Were you advised properly as to what the problems were? These vehicles?
B.A.C. what?
All these vehicles. Were you given a proper advice as CEO in accordance with the Procurement Act as to what the state of these vehicles were?
Well, I can report that the vehicles that we put up for auction,
yes,
were not roadworthy.
How do we know that? You said you're not a mechanic.
Yes, I am not a mechanic, because you asked, why I said that, because you asked for the specific problem of the vehicle, and I said I am not a mechanic to tell you.
But now you're telling me it's not roadworthy.
Yes, that's a report I am giving you, because the vehicles are not on the road.
Based on what? What informed your decision?
A committee was set up to oversee the auction process.
Right.
And then it comprises of various individuals from various departments of council.
Right.
So it was as a result of the outcome of the work of the committee that we were advised to auction some of the vehicles and the scrap materials to be able to generate.
And they gave you a valuation report of every item to be auctioned?
Not the committee, but the evaluator.
What I see here, do you have the evaluator's report assessing every vehicle as to what is the state?
Yes.
Because what we have here, do you have that?
No, I could not see it. I'm just trying to see.
Because what we have here is not a comprehensive report. It's not a detailed report. What we have here from Madar Sise is nothing, is everything about the vehicles, but short of the state of each of the vehicle that you are to auction.
Yes, but if you say that it's a fair assessment of his report, it should have been more detailed, more comprehensive.
Right.
Yes.
Now, to make the decision or take the decision to subject council's property to auction, right?
Yes.
These absolute properties, the GPPA regulation clearly outlines. Is that not the case?
Yes.
What the CEO must factor in taking that decision, right?
Yes.
Why did you not take? Why did you follow the GPPA regulation? Because when these vehicles were subjected to auction, you could not lay your hands on a document assessing the state of these vehicles.
No, we have the assessment. I can agree that the assessment is inadequate, but we had the assessment. Like you said earlier on, the assessment should have stated what are the current conditions of each of the vehicles that were assessed, which was absent.
Right.
But the assessment report was there. It is just that it is not adequate.
No, if something is not adequate enough to fall within the requirement of the law, it's as good as saying it's not there. You don't have an assessment, because when you read this, you will know that there is no assessment, because the assessment has to be in line with the regulation. So that as CEO, you were not informed as to what the state of the vehicles were.
Yes, I understand. The report should have been detailed.
So why did you proceed?
Well, based on the evaluation report and based on the recommendation of the committee that was constituted, we proceeded to deal with this at the level of the contrast committee.
In writing? In writing? They gave you this in writing?
Yes, yes.
In writing?
Yes.
You have it? The committee's recommendation in writing?
Yes.
Okay. You will need that.
Yes.
But again, everything falls short of what is required. So, for instance, if you go to disposal procedure, right?
Yes.
It tells you on 88 that 86 that the head of the procuring organization, shall convene a board of survey comprising representatives of departments with unserviceable, obsolete, or surplus stores. Right? This is one of the tests. Plant and equipment which shall report on the items and subject to a technical report on them. So you don't have a technical report?
I said it earlier on, there was no technical report.
Good. So that without the technical report, you can't make the decision to proceed on the auction, right?
Yes.
So why did you proceed?
Well, it could be an oversight, but it did not only stop at our end. Once we received the valuation report, we proceeded to engage GPPA, and then we obtained approval to proceed. Then we had the public notices, and then we had the auction. Now, it's possible that these items that were auctioned were sold at a lesser price, even the pricing itself. You look at what Matar Sise stated in the his valuation report, that it does not constitute a technical assessment, correct? Yes. If you look at that, you will see that these things were sold at a cheaper price as opposed to what is recommended by the evaluator, right? No. Matar is the evaluator. What he estimated is the 545,000. So the vehicles ended up generating 1.2 million. So that is not what it is. See, if you listen to me, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Let me give you this. So just go to B.A.C 4, for instance. And you look at what the price it was sold for, B.A.C 4. You see B.A.C 4 in the list? Yes. How much was it sold for? From the report, 10,000. Okay, turn to Matar's evaluation addressed to you at the back of the document. B.A.C 4? 40,000. Good. Yes. Let me have it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Some of these vehicles were sold at a far lesser price. Do we agree on that? Yes, but again, I think it's also fair to see some of the vehicles that are valued at, let's say, at 60,000 ended up generating double that price. I am not interested in the positives. No. I am not interested in anything that you have done right. I keep on repeating this. No, but what I have interest in as investigators here is the things that have gone wrong. But you so that if the valuation says 40, you cannot sell it anything less than that. In fact, the bidding price should start at 40. But you also need to accommodate the positives. It's important. No, it's for the commissioners to accommodate the positives. No, including yourself. No, Mr. Jonga, you don't tell me how I do my work. No, I'm not telling you, but you need to appreciate the positives. I don't want to, so just answer the questions. I don't want to appreciate the positives. Yeah, so what we do now is just answer the questions. If you have a comment to make based on something that you think was so positive that we don't have interest in, tell the chairperson you want to address the commissioners based on something that you think they should consider. That's fair enough. Okay. Yeah. But for me and my team, we're not interested in the things you have right. Yeah, but you need to create the space for me to talk about the positives. Now yes, so just always make that application. Okay, sir. And if it is granted, you can just say that we also have it right in X, Y, Z, okay? Okay, thank you. All right. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. So, it would be wrong, you'll agree with me, Mr. Jonga, that yes, if the valuation report states that this is the amount, that should be the starting point. That's correct. Right? Yes, that's correct. So, why would it not be sold? Why would it be sold at a lesser price? Yeah, well, I might not be at this point be able to give you an adequate answer. Okay. Yes. But you were written to and you had access to these reports. Did you address these issues? No, the only way I address this issue is to request or instruct for an investigation. B.A.C 3 was sold for 10,000. B.A.C 4, 10,000. B.A.C 7, 10,000. B.A.C 5, 10,000. There's $8,000. B.A.C 39.
was in the list as well. So, but for some were sold within the pre-range, and some were sold way below the range. So we'll need you to assist us with information regarding as to why you will sell these items below the valuation price as well.
No, well, we have the auctioneer on the ground on the day, so and then you have the members of the auction committee. So at this point, honestly, I might not be able to give you adequate explanation as to why these vehicles were sold at a much lower price, not the valued price. Of course, the positives, I might also not be able to explain why, vehicles that were supposed to be sold for, let's say, 35 were sold more than 35,000.
The what?
I said,
yeah.
I might not be in a position to give you explanation with regards to why vehicles that were valued, let's say at 40,000 were not sold at 40, including, I also might not be able to tell you why vehicles that were valued at 40 are sold higher than 40. Because you had the auctioneer on the ground, you had the auction committee on the ground. So at this,
all you want to do as CEO is that when you have this report and you detect an irregularity, you investigate.
Yeah, I did that.
Point it out.
I did that. So, but sadly, the report did not focus on the technical aspects that you're talking about, because these were not provided in the valuation report. I agree, it's a shortcoming. It should have been in the valuation report.
Plywoods were sold for 15,000. Do you know how many plywoods? We don't.
No, at this point I cannot recall.
Photocopies.
Photocopy, yes.
Sorry. Air condition and printers.
Those are all scraps. Those are scraps.
No, we have agreed that we cannot ascertain that they were scraps because we don't have a technical report.
Yeah, but I am telling you, Council, that they were scraps.
I'm sorry, that's not how it operates here.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, the law says we have to have a technical report. All I'm asking for is a technical report. Do I believe you, Mr. Jonga? There's a high chance I believe you. I have always been saying this. But my opinion is not relevant. Even if I have to try to make a case for you here, I will be asked the question as to, but where is the proof?
I perfectly understand your point.
All right,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
So windows, we don't know how many windows, 10,700 is. We don't know how many windows.
Maybe it's a report not indicating the quantity of windows. The reports are by the...
Okay. Batteries as well, same 27,000, we don't know how many. Tractors, it said tractor 2 and tractor 1. What was wrong with tractor 1 and tractor 2? You sold tractor 1 for 10,000 and tractor 2 for 10,000.
No, at this point, I honestly might not be able to.
Even the scrap alone, do you not think it will be much more expensive than this? Do you not think so?
Yeah, because what I have here is...
I tell you, a scrap tractor alone would be far more than 10,000. Would you deny that?
Is it a scrap tractor or one truck tire?
It says tractor 1 and tractor 2. Tractor is a vehicle, right?
What I have here is,
let me show you what we have.
4 scrap tractors.
Now I have asked you what you were reading, where you were reading from, and because we have to be reading from the same page. So what we are going by is the exhibits that are tendered. If you want to tender any document here, you are also, it's also welcome. But the one we have here, you look at 14 and 15, you will see the tractors. You have seen this? The tractor 1 and tractor 2?
Yes, I've seen it, yes.
Okay. What is the price? How much is it sold for? Tractor 1?
10,000.
Okay. And now I'm saying, even if the tractor is a scrap, that it is worth far more than $10,000, right? Do you agree with that?
Yes, it should has a. I'm not an expert, but it should exceed 10,000.
Okay. So that 10,000 would not be a reasonable figure, right?
Yes.
All right. Tractor 2 as well, the same.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, if that's the case, why would that not raise eyebrows? Why would that not be suspicious or suspected fraudulent transaction. You question your finance director, sorry, finance manager.
Yes, the amount is questionable, yes.
Is what?
It's not the right amount for, let's say, maybe a scrap tractor.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, what caused all this problem? If you sell a copier, I assume it is the photocopier for $10,000.
Yes.
Then you imagine, and you're selling scrap, for instance, or even if it is not scrap, imagine how much a tractor should cost. And you sell the same amount for B.A.C. 1.
Yeah, there should have been a detailed technical report.
Yes.
So that will inform why certain items were sold at this price and why certain items were sold at this price. And that was actually absent. I just wanted to say this was the first auction that we undertook, and then the second auction was much more.
Let's focus on this one.
Okay.
Lamin Suso
Yes.
administered this process and told you that CEO, we sold tractor 1 for $10,000. You and I had just agreed without even needing an expert that definitely this will be a very unreasonable amount. Did you question Lamin Suso?
No, it was not Lamin Suso who was responsible for the auction. He was receiving revenue, but there wasn't a chairperson of the auction.
Can you turn to the report and tell me who wrote to you? Tell the commission.
Yes, Mr. Lamin Suso wrote to me.
And so the statements that are there, the evidence that are there, the information that's there is coming from who?
It's coming from Lamin Suso.
That's why I am mentioning Lamin Suso.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm also trying to inform you
Yes.
that a committee was in charge of the auction, and then it was headed by a chairperson, and
Yes.
then Lamin Suso is one member of the auction committee.
To make it simple to you, Mr. Jonga, as far as I am concerned, Lamin Suso wrote to you and was telling you or giving you information regarding the auction. You should have told the chairman to write to you instead of Lamin Suso. If the procedure is wrong, tell the chairman, please tell Lamin Suso to write to me.
I have asked
Yes.
for reports after the auction. You could see the date of the auction.
Right.
The report from Lamin Suso was on the 1st of April,
Right.
2020. I have asked for reports from the chairperson, and then it was not forthcoming. Suso on his own decided to present a report, which I think was the right thing to do at the time, because if you have a committee and then the committee could not be able to generate a report, it was not bad for Lamin Suso to take a decision to provide a report of the summary of the revenue that was generated.
What I'm saying. That's why I am attributing these figures to Lamin Suso's figures. Is that a problem?
No, I'm not saying it's a problem, but I'm also trying to inform you what actually transpires. Because what you've seen is the document before you, but I'm going beyond that. And I appreciate the fact that you can only draw reference from the document.
Thank you very much for informing us. There's a chairman and there's a committee whom you requested a report from and they could not give you. This report is from Lamin Suso, correct?
Correct, yes.
The figures are Lamin Suso's figures, correct?
Yes.
Good. So we go by that for now, because he is the one who was in custody of the monies that were received, correct?
Yes.
And then Lamin Suso is the one trying to justify how he arrived at the figure that was given to him or that was collected from the proceeds of the sales, correct?
Yes.
So these are Lamin Suso's figures. That is it, Mr. Jonga. If you are friends and you are trying to exonerate him, no problem with me about that.
No, I'm giving you the context. That is out of the report that you read.
No, we knew the context. We interviewed these people. We knew there was a committee, and we knew that there was a chairman, and we knew all monies were given to Lamin Suso. Is that a fact?
Well, he was receiving the proceeds from the auction.
That's what I said. All monies were given to him, and him receiving the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now, going by Mr. Suso's report, Mr. Jonga.
Yes, sir.
For the amounts that are stated therein, why did you not question Mr. Suso?
Even before I received this, I've asked for an investigation.
Right.
Yes. So then, based on the investigations,
Right.
I've asked for the recovery.
You've asked for?
I have asked for the recovery of the outstanding payments.
Yes. It's a limited investigation. Here I am saying the integrity of the process. I am saying undervaluing the goods or items that were auctioned. I'm saying something that should be sold for $50 was sold for $10,000. Did you ask? You should have asked. Because if you can sit here without thinking, to just know and accept that a truck or tractor, a scrap, it didn't say a scrap tractor, but even a scrap tractor, to say the least, would cost far more than $10,000. If you can agree on that, without even thinking twice, then on the spot, when you receive this report, you'd have told them, so, no, my friend, this doesn't add up.
Yeah, I should have done that, but I did not.
So what happened? Why did you not do that?
No, I honestly don't have any reason for that. I just did it. I asked for an investigation, and once I had the investigation, I wrote to ask for the recovery.
Why would you see fraud happening right before your eyes, and you did not question it?
Well, it could be an oversight. I'm human as well, so.
Mr. Jonga, no. It
Well,
cannot be oversight. Mr. Jonga, you're too experienced in this system to just allow some of these things to go scot-free.
But like I'm telling you, this was our first auction. It was kind of a learning curve for the entire committee, including myself. So it's an oversight. I'm human. I am not perfect. I should have taken him on this. But like I said from the beginning, you had the issue of the inadequate evaluation, and then that's where we started having problems. No. So, but with the second auction, things went more transparent. They were more effective and more efficient.
I don't think the other auctions were transparent.
They were.
I don't think so. But again, Mr. Jonga, you were CEO first. When was the first time you were appointed as a CEO? When did you assume the position of a CEO first?
First November 2019.
And so you've been working for council for how long?
Well, I started working for council since 2009, April. Right. Yes.
And you rose through the ranks?
Yes.
You have, what the positions you have occupied?
From council clerk, I rose through the ranks to the position of director of administration.
For how long?
Director of administration for, I cannot remember, but I can't recall well, but I think for 2 years before I went for studies.
That is the deputizing the CEO. That administration can be said to be the deputy of the CEO.
No, it's the director of finance that deputizes for the CEO.
The act requires that you be statement for the CEO, not you?
No, we don't. No, it's the director of finance.
So what is your role?
My role?
As that of administration?
Yeah, I provided administrative support to the management and to the CEO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And so you are considered a senior manager?
Yes.
Within the council?
Yes.
Since when did you start working in a contracts committee?
When I served as the CEO.
So as that organization, you were never part of the contracts committee? No. You never attended the meeting. So you do not know how procurement works at the time? Before you became CEO, no?
No, I have a limited knowledge about procurement at the time. Limited knowledge.
But you know for disposal of assets, it has to be in line with the Procurement Act, no? You did not know that at the time?
Yeah, we started not maybe extensively at the time.
What I mean is, did you know at the time, because as a general rule, you know, for every expenditure you have to follow the procurement regulations, right?
Yeah, we know that. I know that.
And for disposal of items, you did not know that you had to follow procurement regulations?
Of course, I know. That's why we followed. We engaged GPP, and then we had to set up a committee, and then this committee was reporting to the contracts committee.
So the part that you missed is the part that states that you have to have a technical report.
Yes, that's a major part that we have missed.
That you missed.
Yes.
You missed it because you did not know at the time, or you missed it because it was an oversight?
I honestly did not know it at the time. What I thought was a valuation report would have been suffice.
What would a valuation report? what would you anticipate that the valuation report would give you?
Yeah, that you can sell this particular item on this value, and then.
And what would you think that the valuer would inform you regarding as to why a certain price should be?
Yeah, maybe first he could focus on the, let's say, on the date of the acquisition of the assets.
Right.
Yeah, and then
The
maybe
state of the asset? Is it important?
no, the year of manufacture.
Right.
Yeah.
How about the state of the asset? Is it important?
Yeah, the state, yes, the state also
important.
is very important.
So you can reasonably expect that a valuer will inform you of the current state of the asset, right?
Yes.
And it was not done. Why did you not question it?
Yeah, well, it could be an oversight at the time.
Okay, but we have established the fact that you knew it had to be done, but it was an oversight.
No, at the time, I thought only evaluation, like he provided, would have been suffice.
No. You had just told me what a valuation report is.
Yes, but and then he did not provide that.
No, my point is you had told the commission that you would expect that a valuation report would give you information concerning the state of affairs of the product or the item.
Yes,
to be auctioned. Is that what you said?
No, yes, I said that. Why? Because that is what I came to realize from the conversation that I am having with you.
As at the time.
No, as at the time, I did not know that it should have gone further to provide those details. Like I said, at the time, I thought only the value of the items.
Mr. Jonga, if you are to buy a vehicle, you and I know you'll be interested in the state of affairs of the vehicle.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
My point is, if you say it's an oversight, I can't argue with you on that too much. That will depend on the commissioners to accept your argument. That may be a more acceptable or logical argument, for instance, but to say that you do not know at the time that you needed to be given information regarding the state of the items or the goods or the vehicle to be auctioned, that would not be correct.
No, that is my honest testimony, Counsel.
So
I did not know it at the time
that
it should have gone further to be more detailed.
No, I did not see. Let us not use the words I did not use. I am saying in very simple terms, when you want to purchase a vehicle, Mr. Jonga, you would be interested in knowing the state of the vehicle. Is that a fact or is not a fact? As a reasonable person.
Yes, that's a fact.
You'll be interested because then that will guide you to know how much you want to pay for that vehicle, correct?
Yes. Well, different individuals might have different.
No. Every reasonable person, that's a reasonable person's test. No. Every reasonable person, Mr. Jonga, you and I will agree. If you do not agree, it's okay. But everybody who's reasonable enough will agree that if you are to purchase a vehicle, you just don't go and look at a vehicle, let's say a Mercedes-Benz, and you don't even know whether the engine is correct or not. You don't even know whether there are other mechanical issues. The first thing you do is to call your mechanic.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, correct. The first thing that you do is to call your mechanic to assess. But
why do you call the mechanic?
Is to assess and advise you properly.
To know what?
Well, to know, let's say, if the engine is okay.
To know the state of the vehicle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's a fact. So it's a reasonable expectation.
Yes.
Good. So that when you are told as a CEO that these 5 vehicles should be sold, that they are not good, before you accept $10,000, wherein perhaps you might have had $100 from one vehicle, you want to know what is wrong with the vehicle. Is that a reasonable expectation?
Yes, that is. But I just want to come there. You know, if the vehicle was valued at $40,000 and the decision was taken to sell the vehicle, to sell the vehicle at $10,000, that was at the level of the auction.
No. I'm not talking about that right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your. Remember, you have the ultimate decision making as Chief Executive Officer. I am saying, asking the question whether you were in a position to be informed about the state of the vehicles before you accept that they be part of the items to be auctioned.
Yes, we were not in.
Is it a yes?
We are not in the state, yes.
No. You were in the state to request for the state of the vehicles to be auctioned before you accept that they be part of the items.
Okay, that was not provided, Council. I have said that. It was not provided.
No, I didn't say when it was provided. Were you in the position to demand that you be given
Of course,
information?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
So we move on to other issues, Mr. Jonga. So don't forget to furnish us with the information I've requested for regarding this auction. And the septic tank, we know the investigation has revealed that there was a septic tank in council, and so we want to know what happened with that septic tank.
Yeah, I think I gave a report about the septic tank. The engine was moved, and then honestly, the information that you requested, I will not be in a position to provide those informations. I can give you the deposits that were deposited into the accounts of council.
But it wasn't part of the auction.
What?
The septic tank was never part of the auction.
No, it was part of the auction.
Then you will also need evidence to show that it was part of the auction as well.
Yes, it was part of the auction, yes.
Yeah, so we'll also need evidence of that as well.
Yes.
Any questions to Mr. Jonga? Mr. Jonga,
Yes.
the last issue for today is that we had done the test case for the $500,000 that was paid to NDMA, National Disaster Management, right?
Yes.
And that's what I asked the last time, for all the other payments
Yes.
that you try to attribute to the Geology,
Yes.
you can show us the vouchers that in relation to the withdrawals,
Yeah.
the date of the withdrawals, and the state of the account of the Vista Bank account as at the time of the withdrawals. Because we need to attribute those withdrawals to the Geology.
Yes. I think on Thursday I have submitted the 3 deposit slips,
Right.
and also the other transactions
Right.
that are done at
Those ones are clear.
EcoBank. Yes.
Those ones are clear.
Okay.
The ones that there were the payments made directly to the account, because that's what the procedure is.
Yes.
As faulty as it may be, but then you had made direct payments, and there were correspondences, right?
Yes.
When you wrote to the wards, and then they sent a proposal and monies were deposited.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
So as it stands, that it appears to be, for the ones that we see and evaluate, that there were monies paid, and the correspondence will show that it is towards the Geology funds,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or towards the MOU.
Yes.
And so for the ones that you are also saying were not done in that manner,
Yes.
but you believe they were monies from the Geology fund,
Okay.
we want you to do exactly that
Okay.
which we did here.
Okay.
To show us the vouchers necessary, and also the dates of the withdrawals and the state of the account for the FI Bank, Vista Bank. Mr. Sonko,
Yes, please.
my only question for you is, you have all these things happening into your area council. You understand that?
Yes.
And you either knew about it but ignored when you had the responsibility to find out and know. You were having meetings, daily meetings with your CEO. You had at the time senior management meetings with the CEO. What would be the use of having a chairman? If the law says you must supervise the actions of the chief executive officer at the administration, and you fail to do that, what were you thinking was the work of the chairman?
Well, I think when he briefed me of auctioning these items, then I gave him a go-ahead when we had these discussions either in my office or in his office. And I thought everything was going well until after the exercise, when he also explained to me that there were some irregularities. And then I asked him also during our meetings in either in my office or in his office, that he should try to set up an investigation, and then which I believe he did, and then that was it. I thought things were going well.
Investigation into recovering the arrears That is not an investigation.
Yeah.
You are just supposed to tell Mr. So to pay the money. Monies were paid to him, period. What are you investigating in that? Monies were given to him. He did not account for the monies. Let him pay the money.
I believe at the time, CEO need to get the whole fact so that he can be able to tell him to pay the money. And
The facts were clear.
which I am sure was done.
The acts were clear. The issue here is deeper than that. If 1.2 million was realized in the sale, you could have had $5 million or $4 million because of undervaluing these properties. Because selling a truck, even if it is a scrap tractor, for $10,000, even Jonga accepted here openly, without even us thinking twice or having a discussion over this. But none of you were interested. So we do not know whether you guys agreed on this jointly or severally, or it was Lamin Suso's business or the committee's decision. But what we know is the whole process was flawed. And that's it. And it doesn't make sense. But you are the chairperson.
Yes.
If you cannot stop as a chairperson or a mayor or a mayoress something from happening, maybe you were not present or whatsoever, you have an obligation to know about it by virtue of the law. So either you were aware or you ought to have known. And this goes to all of the heads of the area council. So it's not an excuse to come and say here that I did not know about it, that it was CEO's job. No. Not. If you can want to say answer that you can, and then we allow the
Yes, as I said earlier on, that was what I knew about it, and then I also told the CEO to make sure that these monies were recovered. And during the time, I wasn't even the auction was the time of the auction. I wasn't around, but I was informed that this process was done and the monies were recovered. But honestly, I have never sat with the committee to ask them about the whole process, but I discussed with the CEO,
Did you
which
find
he
out?
informed me.
Did you find out it was recovered?
CEO told me that it was recovered.
Did you find out? You have bank statements. Did you find out? You have cash books. Did you find out?
No, I don't go to their financial dealings at the time. I asked him and he explained to me, which I trust that he did.
You ought to do that. So either you are part of it, or you just turn the blind eye. You ought to do that. Where you did not do that, anybody can reasonably say that because you were part of it. Because the CEO, the finance director, cannot just be dribbling you people left, right, center, as if no one knows anything about how it works. No, I refuse to accept that. I don't believe that. I believe at some point, as well as in some cases, you cannot just say, well, an auction is happening in my backyard. The property, my property, if you want to say it that way, the insurance that you had, vehicles were being auctioned and issues were being auctioned left, right, center, and you don't want to know about anything that is happening? My friend, that would not make sense.
Not I don't want to know. I have never mentioned that I don't want to know. What I told you was CEO informed me.
CEO might have been misleading you. Finance director might have been misleading you. It's a possibility. It's not a possibility.
It is a possibility, but
so find out.
At a time when a whole committee was set, I don't think, as you mentioned before, the whole committee, including the CEO, cannot be dribbling the council.
But you agree that a tractor, even a scrap, cannot just cost $10,000?
I don't know the state of that
tractor, but
I cannot be able to know that.
Then you cannot be a chairman.
No, I can. Yes, I can, but I cannot be able to know that.
No. If you cannot have a reasonable judgment, you know something is wrong somewhere, to find out, even Mr. Jonga is bold enough to admit, definitely this is way too low. If you do not have any idea, leave our public space.
So that has nothing to do with that place.
Of course.
Because no, the point is, he told you here that honestly, yes, I can also agree that the $10,000 of a scrap tractor is too minimal.
You don't have to agree.
No, listen, can you just...
Go ahead.
Yes. As he said, I also agree that the price of 10,000 might be so small for the tractor, but there are some positive things that has happened. When you gauge the whole auction of that amount, and then it lasts to generate about $1 million plus. I think there are some downs and ups there.
Mr. Sonko, you think we are impressed with you securing $1.2 million in an auction? You think we're impressed when we know for sure, based on what we have seen, that the monies realized could have been way more than this? You think there's anything to be proud of?
I think
even
so.
the valuations, for instance, B.A.C. forces $40,000, it was sold for $10,000. Do you think that's something to be proud of?
That wasn't something good.
So do not talk about 1 or 2 or 3 items that were sold perhaps above the value. We are interested in the areas where you have turned a blind eye, where even the valuator, without having a proper valuation, without having a technical report, says this particular B.A.C. should be sold at a minimum of $40,000. You went and sold it for $10,000, and there's no problem about that. No problem. And you want people to believe that someone somewhere is not benefiting from this? So if you do not benefit from this, and Mr. Jonga did not benefit from this, only Mr. Suso or anybody else were the ones benefit from this, and you fail to act, you are just as responsible as those people.
I cannot benefit from this because I don't even know the buyers.
We don't know about that. That's all for this with us for today. But yeah. Just lastly, you guys procured 10 motorbikes, right?
Yes. Yes.
Do we have the delivery notes for this?
Delivery notes, I think the procurement manager was here. I think he did submit the delivery notes and the records of the procurement of the 10 motorbikes.
We want the delivery notes. The 8 trucks, you guys have a delivery note for that?
The 8 trucks, I'll check.
Okay. Because we need to ascertain whether the trucks were in fact delivered.
Yeah, I will check. We had the contract, we had the registration of the supplier attached on the vehicle agreement.
All right. So let's try and get the delivery note for this.
Please cross-check with the registrar for the documents you were asked to produce, whether you have produced everything. We have the list of all the documents that you are supposed to produce.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So please cross-check with him.
Okay.
So that you can see what you have brought in and what is outstanding.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
We may rise.